You changed. You stopped being you.
What's the deal, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Cultivated Minds, and today we're gonna be talking about why nobody understands you. Check it out. I know a lot of times, well, at least from my experience, and I'm sure a lot of other people, you felt like nobody really understood you. You know, you felt probably misunderstood. You know, what's the quote? You're in this world, but you're not of it. You know, you kind of felt like, why am I here type thing. You know, you feel like, a lot of people just never understood where you're coming from. So you probably tend to, keep to yourself a lot of times. But I had to come to the realization, later on, just within my life, we can't really expect somebody to really truly understand where we're coming from in our own mind. A lot of times that's where we got to dig deep through, introspection, going within ourselves, figuring out why we feel misunderstood. Does it go back to when we were maybe younger, maybe some traumatic event we experienced, or we felt like we wasn't heard, maybe by our parents, siblings, or whoever it was, and it made us become more this way? Or was it from experiences in our life where we just felt maybe one or two experiences, something like that, like I said, a traumatic event or something that made us, start being more quiet, not really speaking our truth about things? I know it could be a multitude of things that made a lot of us feel like, we was misunderstood. But that's where like I was saying, we have to actually go within ourselves, start understanding us, why we do the things we do, why we are the way that we are, and just digging deep, going more within. But also, I found out, it's just, you got to embrace, expressing, your individuality. That's what makes us different. That's what separates us from the crowd, because, we wasn't born to fit in. We was born to stand out. And, I said that's a lot of people who change the world and make a difference, when you actually uncover those gems within yourself and who you truly are. You actually, start to express that individual person you are, that unique person that you are. And whether somebody likes it or not really don't matter. We gotta express that true thing about us, our truth. Express our truth. A lot of times, when you could be misunderstood, like I always say, that can be coming from just having alternative ways of thinking, just outside of the norm, outside of the box. And when people aren't used to hearing certain things or seeing certain things, they might not understand it, or they don't even want to even try to understand you. But that tells you a lot, about a person or something like that. When somebody doesn't understand you, or they don't try to understand you, you have to really question, is that a person that's really real for you? That's not a person that's for you. Our real ones, whether they dislike it or like it or something like that, they still gonna at least try to understand it or gravitate more towards you. The people that's meant to be in your life, they gonna gravitate towards you, like I say, whether they it's something that they're actually in agreement with, or they're just actually trying to understand, their friend or their family, whatever it is. Your real one's always gonna gravitate towards you. But like I was saying, we just can't expect somebody to understand what's going on in our own mind. We got to understand ourselves first before we can start expressing those things and being more, consciously aware and putting our own truth out there for other people to understand. And like I was just saying, it's a multitude of things why you might not be understood. Somebody could be putting you in a box. Like I say, a lot of people could the way that, like, I got a lot of, let's say, maybe siblings or family members, just people I knew in my life. Whoever I was at 3 years old, that's how they expect me to be for the rest of life. So any slight change or, perception or difference in me, they probably gonna be like, oh, he don't even act the same, or, this person ain't like that. But, that's growth. That's growing pains, being more in tune with yourself, reaching different states of consciousness, and just being more aware and, just personally developing. And you are gonna go through those changes, as a person. That's how we grow. A lot of people, they say a lot of people getting older, but they not growing up. And that's the problem. A lot of times you want to put people in a box, and you see them as whoever they was at like 2 or 3 years old, and that's how they expect them to be forever. People aren't going to be one way. We always steady changing, developing, spiritually, mentally, physically. I would hope that would be most of our goals. And express that, express the individuality that we got, be different. A lot of times people don't understand you because you might have a different outlook on a lot of things. You know, it's not just the norm. It's not always what the norm of everybody's speaking on, or you might see things from a different observation, or the way that you formulate your opinions or thoughts. And when you ain't, sitting there flocking with all the birds of a feather flock together, you're not flocking with all the birds, or you get outside of what the sheep think, things like that, they gonna start looking at you, like you wild, or this person sound crazy, whatever the case is. But that's okay, because once you have that different opinion or different thought process, that's alternative thinking. That's what's gonna expand the human consciousness and have people think on a different level, on a different rate, different subjects, things like that. Just giving people, different outlooks on things. And when you like that, and like I said, when you expressing that and somebody want to try to make you out to be a certain way, or they don't really want to even try to understand it, them ain't the ones that's for you. Them is the ones that we shouldn't even be gravitating towards. And nobody understands you. That could be a lot of things that you're dealing with you. You got to probably heal some things within yourself. I know I had to dig deep and heal a lot of things to feel that way. It's still a work in progress, definitely. But, when you feel that way, you got to ask yourself why, what traumatic event or what triggered you to feel that difference, or, not appreciate your truth, or feel like you maybe not being heard, or people ain't gonna get it, and at the same time, that's kind of an arrogant mind state when you thinking that way, because it's kind of more so coming from the ego. You thinking that you got more knowledge, or that ain't nobody gonna get it because you know this and you know that. But at the end of the day, all of our placements and our astrology, our planets, is all in a bunch of different places. So it's kind of, you got to realize, it's not that you may be deeper or more, it's the way that you formulate your thoughts and opinions can be different from a lot of different people. And it's just kind of about being open and like I said, knowing yourself, figuring out why you feel this way, why you feel like nobody understands you, and actually trying to work on that and figure out why you think the way you think. And then once you figure that out, why you think the way you think, then you can formulate, a lot of opinions, and you're going to be more eager and willing to express your truth, despite what anybody got to say or how they feel about something. But, like I was saying before, there could be a multitude of reasons why nobody understands you. I can kind of go on and on, but I'm sure you kind of get my drift. It's just, people could be putting you in a box. People choose not to understand you. People see you as too different. Maybe you express your truth a lot. Maybe you're a rebel. It could be all type of things. But I mean, at the end of the day, speak your truth. Be different. Just be yourself. People don't understand it. That's okay. They make the ones that you're supposed to be around. The real ones gonna gravitate towards you. Keep on doing you, and all that matters is how you feel about yourself, not how the group feels or anybody else. If you got to stand alone and stand tall, that's fine. Keep on going within. Keep on personally developing, and just keep on listening to your own inner voice. But that's all I really had to say, you guys. I'm just trying to get you guys to think. Don't forget to build with me in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button. This Cultivated Minds, and I'm signing out.